Okay, we're gonna continue the run now here for Isle of the Dead. I haven't found any skips for this whatsoever, sadly. So we're just gonna add all the henchmen, uh, load a basic bar here, kind of similar to what we've been running all along, and just gonna have to go kill everything. It's kind of pointless to get this shrine. You should ignore it. I wasn't sure. So how this works is there's 4 groups, I think. 2 are all melees, and then 2 are casters. Um, first one's a caster. You just it all kind of balls itself, so easy to kill. Then what you're going to do is just run as straight as possible to the next objective and avoiding all combat. You can aggro some of the scale here. I just wanted to ball my party up a bit. You just do not want to aggro any of the groups with the frigid scale. Those are ice elementals, and they will slow your whole party down till you die. So you want to avoid those at all costs, but any of the other groups are pretty fine to aggro. Of scale, that is. I tried to find a way to skip as much as possible here. I think you might be able to avoid this group sometimes that I'm fighting right now, but I think it's better just to go ahead and fight them and get it over with. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not going to save you that much time skipping them or not. There might be a better route through here. I also don't know what this shrine is on the left. It might be insect. You're going to need sunspear points later, so any bounty you can get that's useful or that you can use is definitely worth picking up. I think I'm going to pick it up right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So you do pick this one up because there's no way to avoid these Corsair. And they're a really pain in the butt to fight. They're pretty high level and they do a lot of damage. I thought they would pull in, but my imp kind of grabbed aggro and then he died. But the group of undead that you want's right there patrolling. So you can't really skip running past these. It's just way too much damage. I mean, you could just risk it and try to run through all of this and then just focus down the undead and keep running. I didn't try that, but these 2 groups right here do a lot of damage. They have multiple wastrels, mesmers, and it's just I don't know. Anyways, you should grab that group before it patrols too far away like it did here. You do want to grab it while it's close. I tried to grab it, but the other Corsairs were coming in. They just did not want to pull in. So once you do this group, then it's just more running. I think what I did was just run through everything for the rest of it at this point. There's going to be more insects right here on the left, and then there's going to be more scale in the water when you get up here. But as long as you don't get any Iboga, and you don't get any frigid scales, then you're fine. So these insect groups don't really do anything. They just auto attack you. Hopefully none of your henchmen get stuck. I think one of mine did. Oh yeah, it was my motivation henchman. I think I just left him. Because you can do it fine without a henchman, as long as it's not the monk henchman. But as you see, I do bring Rebirth Signet, just in case something like that happens. So I'm running through here, dodging everything that I can. So we're coming up on the 3rd group now. Which I'm going to have us kill together. The final group after this. So the door to the next area I don't remember what it's called. COD New Hamlet, maybe something like that. Is open right now. You can go in there right now, but it doesn't really serve a purpose to do that. So what I do instead, or what I'm thinking of doing, which I kind of tested here, have the henchmen kill the last group while you run to the gate. And technically the best time for that would be, them killing the group as you get there. So I think what you would do is like, see, I get past this one insect group, you might be able to just run straight through it. Flag them there and just run. I think I stuck around for, yeah, I aggroed them. Stuck around for a few seconds and then left. They did kill it a little before I got to the gate. But technically you can just do this on your mini map. You can move them there if you wanted while you ran. Oh yeah, that was actually pretty good timing, really, for them killing it and me getting there. So that's kind of what you'd want to do for that. Since this is the first time getting here, I tried to reset the map instance, but it literally moved me a couple seconds of walking, not really much of anything. I looked to see what quests were there. I don't think there's any quests in this run, the whole run, side quests that are like worth getting to change spawns, but there might be, especially, later on when you have to farm Sun Spear points. But anyway, same concept as last one. We're gonna go out here and we have to kill a bunch of things. The groups, that is, that are patrolling around. I'm not sure if I do it here or not. Yeah, so my genius idea is to, again, flag them there, have them kill that group while I run to the next objective, and then I just portal trick them. I technically it can save time, but I just don't think I did it very smoothly. So the path that I'm taking here is definitely what you have to take, because this place is swarming with Iboga, and they have Imagine Burden and it's miserable. They also have insanely heavy degen at this point. Yeah, as you see here, I'm thinking, like, what can I do to get this portal trick to work? Also, I had some thoughts with what was going on over here. So there's a patrol of scale coming up down there. I think you should, it has frigids in it. I don't know if it's possible, if like I ran faster or something, it might be possible to get by them. If it is possible to get by them, that would be amazing. I might bring that flash enchantment that gives me 30% increased move speed. If you can't run by them at that point, also I failed the map here, so one of my henchmen didn't go through. So I redid it, and then by redoing it, the scale patrolled back into me. I'm not exactly sure how to make, what the best option for this is, but I do think that it's fastest if you just portal trick them through for this group right here. Let's say something like this happens, you would focus all the undead, you would focus the frigid scale, and then you'd just leave. And you want to do all of this fast enough to where you see this group of scale east, where the patrol isn't lined up to where you have to run through it. You would want it to basically be out of the way while you're finished. So you have to be quick, but I think all the patrol timings might work out perfect. Once you portal trick them through here, though, you're going to have to keep them with you. I think there's only one more group, though, so it's not that bad. Yeah, I just got stoned to death. That was brutal. The Mandragore groups really hit hard. For a note about the Mandragore groups, you want to try to time your movement speeds to where your flash enchantment is not what the movement speed skill you're using is when you pop a Mandragore group, because they have Chillblains and that will remove it. So what you kind of want to make sure to do is always have sprint up for Mandragore pop-ups. They're kind of consistent where they're going to pop up though, so the spawns here were really bad. As you see, like that plant almost aggroed us. Don't know how it didn't. But we're going to have to kill this Corsair group. I guess you could run through it, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know if you'd break it to get the undead. The undead group was right there, south. Actually, I don't think it's that worth to run through that group. You might as well kill it because the undead have to patrol down here first. You do want to move up as quick as possible, though, to make sure that the patrol is triggered so the undead move to get there faster. So you can pull them. Well, once you basically kill these, you're done with this quest. I believe this is the last part of the quest anyways. I didn't use my imp. I should have, but I didn't. Perfect spawn here again. Getting lucky with that. Okay, so I keep doing this. Bad Tide Rising. You need to have a party with you. I reset the instance, try to get closer. It is American District, so I lagged a little bit, but I did get closer. You need to have a party with you. Add your heroes. Because it's a little mini mission, and I always forget to add my heroes whenever I'm practicing this. Because then you start the little mission, and then I'm solo. You can do it solo perfectly fine. So what you would do here, since I do it solo perfectly fine, you would keep the imp with you, and flag your heroes south, not the southwest one up there, but all the way south there is the third one. And what I personally would do is send them there and have them deal with them. So all you have to do is this one and the one in the middle while they do the last one. That's what I believe is the ideal fastest way to do this. Your cost is going to be really low level though, so I don't know if you'd want to bring the Derv and set. What level are we? 9? Actually, I think you would get level 10 at this point and pick up Mox. That could be very worth it, actually. Before doing this, try to get to level 10. If we're this close, try to get level 10, actually. And then send Mox over here, and Mox would just melt them. See, I would have been done when I finished that middle part up there, pretty much. But now we gotta go and do this as well. Heck, even if you bring Mox, you can send 2 heroes to the middle. Bring Mox over here and you do the first one. Or something. You know, something like that, of that nature. There's definitely ways to speed this one up. With splitting up your party and whatnot. I didn't realize we were that close to Mox. But anyways, once you trigger the quest and all 3 are done, you can map back. So now a special delivery. This part gets very annoying of the storyline because we have to just keep going back and forth into the stupid sun docks or whatever. I played around with quest order. With special delivery, you can go to the final trigger of the quest, but and you can actually fight the NPC that you have to fight for the quest, but you can't talk to him to finish the quest. You can just fight him over and over again though. you do have to indeed trigger every single of these parts of the quest, even though is able to be fought. So I don't think there's a way to skip this one, at least. I tried my hardest. So we're gonna map here after doing all that. I added a couple henchmen, and I thought I'd be fast by portal triggering them. It's not that long of a run. I don't think this really saves time. I mean, I don't think it saves time whatsoever, really. Yeah, I didn't even get to get them all through. I only got like 2 through or something. But since I can run there faster, I figured portal tricking would be faster. But I don't think it ended up being faster. This is the guy that you can actually fight before doing the other parts. He just won't offer the final reward or whatever. Yeah, I got 2 henchmen through, and I just popped my imp. If I get good and can do this while running, I think it would be worth it. I haven't done portal triggering in a while, though, because I haven't even done factions runs. But that's kind of what I did for that, to get it. I guess it technically is faster. I don't know. So for this part, the next quest, I should have split. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I made a lot of splits even though I didn't need to. Because that was like, what? Less than a minute? Or, yeah. Or just like, that was a 2-minute split. It's kind of pointless. So for this one, you do have to go outside and talk to the guy. I'd also tried it, not doing that. Or maybe I didn't. You might be able to skip talking to him. I don't know. Not 100% sure. This one you don't need henchmen whatsoever. You can just flag them and run. It's literally just the same route as before. I would recommend not even bothering with henchmen. Maybe keep the monk or so you can flag them through if you die for safety while you're learning the route. But otherwise, just the same normal running, dodgy bogus, dodge frigid, and just run straight to the objective. So once you pick up both of these, well, I think you only need one, but I just pick up both. You can map back, and then you got to go outside and talk to the guy again. It's pretty annoying, but it is what it is. I think here he will give you the next quest. Yeah. So you do want to start from Beckner. Because you get, again, same reason, 8 people, level 12 henchmen. I forgot that I needed Talcor for this, so make sure you bring Talcor. I'd recommend probably dropping, the Paragon for Talcor, I guess. Kind of the same concept. So, I tried skips for this one too. Sadly, it's all basically just you have to go to each one. I couldn't find a skip for this either, sadly. I'm throwing a build on her. I don't know what's most optimal or what yet. If we would, if we, I didn't get Mox. I think it might be worth getting Mox. Honestly, I didn't think these things through very well. I could have got him and have him for this as well. I might even send. So here's the thing with this: we're gonna follow the route all the way around, and we have to kill the generals to get the scroll pieces. The boss in each group is the one that you have to kill to drop the scroll piece, and then you have to pick it up. We're just running straight there. The boss from these Corsair groups is a separate group in itself. So you can pull the boss without pulling the group. If they're not close enough. If they're close enough, you're going to get, chain aggro. This one, he's all the way in the back. There's no way that I'm going to be able to pull him from this angle without aggroing the other groups, or the rest of the group. But do know that if they're a little bit out of the way, do try to pull them by themselves so you don't have to deal with all of this. Might be faster. The idea with splitting would be me and the henchman do this one, and I would flag my specific heroes to like one of the other objectives while we do this, so they can be killing stuff, so then I can run over there and just pick up the pieces. With Mox being level 20, I think that might be worth it. As you can see, Telcora basically was useless there. I'm not sure what happened to her. Probably got hit with a bunch of nets. But yeah, if I send them to the next objective over there, without them getting stuck, which they probably would, but hypothetically speaking, I would just walk over here and then pick up the scroll piece and move to the next one. And then I could send them to there's 5 objectives you have to do here. So I could send them to the 2nd and the 4th while I do the 1st and the 3rd with the henchman. That's like a perfect world scenario. He walked back into the group here, so I wasn't able to pull him. This part can be a little iffy because you have groups patrolling all around you. I think I'm just using like a full-on running build. I don't even care about fighting because I'm so like low level for all this. And as always, gotta bring Rebirth Signet, Sunspear Rebirth Signet, because it's just amazing. I love that thing, and it will refresh after every time you kill the next boss, so it's just nice. I probably wouldn't have gone back if it was like the Brawler or something, or the Hunter, but it was the Monk, so I kind of needed to go back to get it. And we're just going to keep running to the next objective for now. So this group was really spread out. The boss was RNG literally the back of the group, and I think we get aggro of the patrol. So this was just a really nasty encounter right here. And my henchmen were refusing to really focus on the boss. Pick up the scroll piece and we get out of there. Again, Sensory Rebirth Signet. Such a freaking good skill. So now we're running to the last piece that we have to pick up. The 5th objective is talking to the NPC that teleports us to Blacktine. So I've had bad RNG for every single one of these groups. Normally you get like maybe at least 2 where you can pull the boss by himself, but this was just an unfortunate time. I tried breaking the bad group and keeping the boss, but it didn't quite work out. So, again, this is the last of the 4 bosses that we have to kill. He drops the scroll piece. My character didn't want to pick it up for some reason. I realized this and I have to go back. So now for the final one, we have to run to an NPC. And talking to this NPC gets us the last scroll piece. And you can't flag your party to go kill that group and then talk to this guy because you still have to pick up the scroll piece for the quest to realize it. Oh yeah, I let them kill this monk boss to see if he dropped his green. just to see. He didn't. Anyways, so now we're teleported to Black Tide. Now I think I do a little bit of inventory cleanup. I try to see if I can buy some more pieces of armor. See if I can buy the next weapon upgrade. I don't think I can buy any. I think I might buy the scythe, but so at this point we should be using Mox 100%. But I don't have him yet. I didn't even realize my own level. I was just thinking of getting through everything. You should totally have Mox by now. Level 20 will be just demolishing things. You won't be able to give him that amazing of a build, but still. I'm just thinking of a build to make for this. We did do the record for Black Tide, so I know the mission better than most people, and there isn't really anything you can skip. The fastest way you can do this is basically killing all the enemies in Beezus's path, the NPC in the mission, which is really hard to do, considering it takes us long enough to kill groups as is. However, what you can do if you have Mox is send him ahead and have the party killing, maybe some back groups or the groups with the NPC and us two killing groups ahead. So there's a little ways to speed it up a bit, but I can't think of anything drastic. The first part of the mission, you can do a little faster than what I did. You have to pick up the Corsair garb that a single NPC or single enemy drops, and that triggers the cutscene, and then you can move forward. But you can't simply run there because there's just tons of groups of frigid scale, and then blighters, and it's really damaging to the party. They hit really hard, so you're going to have to kill a couple things. You're gonna have to fight a little bit, but you'll see. So I didn't spend as long cleaning up inventory as I did for the other one, but I guess you could run the other way. See, I wanted to try to get through this, but look at that damage. I was thinking I was going to actually wipe right here. It was bad. We killed the group pretty fast, actually. I don't know if it'd be faster to run around. Might be, though, because then your party will be healthier. I'd have to play around with timings. Anyways, I went over here, let my party kill those blighters off while this is the group that you have to kill. It's been so long since we did this, I don't remember exactly which enemy it is that I need to focus. But I just pulled the whole thing over to my party so they would kind of remain balled up. And then the party could spike them down. I'm really squishy though. Again, if I had Mox, this would be a lot simpler. I think it's that guy in the back, actually. Oh no, see the Corsair garb that dropped? You have to pick up the Corsair garb. I should have picked it up immediately, trigger the cutscene, and then continue running. Just ignore everything else. There's no reason to bother with anything. So if you skip the cutscene quick enough, everyone will stay where they're at. So if you run up ahead, if you skip the cutscene quick enough, you'll stay up ahead. However, the person who picks up the garb, I'm not sure if they will ever be able to stay where they're at. So you might always get teleported back there. I don't know if I skipped the cutscene fast enough. I'm not using a toolbox or anything for this. And you don't need to use toolbox to skip it fast enough. I didn't in the record either. Don't tell them though. So that was another frigid group that's really annoying. So up here you're going to see the insanely fast moving NPC that we have to kind of lug through the bog here, Beezus. However, even though he moves remarkably fast, you have to kill everything or he won't continue moving. And you can't pull it out of his way. It's literally triggered by them dying, is his movement, which is the annoying thing. So since we're all a little under leveled here, it's kind of a rough journey for some of this. Basically, I would just try to ball everything on the frigids. That's as simple as I would do it. Because they're the ones that are going to hurt the most. AoE, that is. So we killed it, the NPC will have a dialogue, and then he'll... Look how fast he's moving. He is booking it. So I know the path already, so you just want to keep running. See, I could have sent me and Mox over here to kill this group, while the party killed the other ones. Actually, this is more frigids. I'd probably send the party to kill these. It's just so much damage. And without like the money or the big thing was the materials needed for the upgrade. I think you should buy the armor upgrade in Blacktide Den, by the way. It's just iron right now is extremely, almost 1k for 100. So, or sorry, 1k for 10. So it's really, really difficult. That's why I didn't buy the weapon, I didn't buy any armor. Normally, iron is higher than normal, or higher than the other ones, but it's really overpriced right now, so I didn't bother. But I think the armor you would stick with the rest of this run would be the Blacktide armor. It's not that much different than the other armor kinds, or the max armor, but it's a lot cheaper. So this group looks intimidating, but they're actually all really low level except the boss. So I just ran in, I put the enchantments on myself, and just started spamming. See, they all die in like one hit. This would be perfect for like me and Mox to kill. And send the party like maybe ahead during this fight. I'm not sure. But that's the only way I can think of speeding this mission up, is splitting the group up again with the overleveled Mox. So there's maybe 4 more Blighter groups, maybe a Frigid Scale group, and then there's basically Harpies. It's just basically balling and spiking, nothing big. So at this part, there's going to be scree that drop down. They're kind of sporadic. You can't really ball them, so you just kind of have to deal with whatever happens. I went and focused the monk first. I actually ended up balling quite nicely. I didn't notice it at the time, compared to what it could have been. For this part, Beezus, spoiler alert, and the journal here coming in with the insanities. They're all going to turn hostile. Beezus is a mage, and she is a derv, and those two are warriors. If you're not careful, you can just basically get insta-wiped. What I think is actually best is putting your heroes next to Beezus and having Beezus being the one that's focused first. Because she's very defensive and she hits like a truck. Um, and as you see, even just without me even focusing, Beezus is already almost dead. So I just think kill Beezus first. He is really squishy. He has really high AoE as well. I think you should just flag your party next to Beezus, pop him, and then worry about the derv. But this worked okay doing it like this as well. Kept her focused. But there's that mission. So next up is going to be the Iron Truth. This is, I think I've only done this stuff like maybe once before, so I stop here, clean my inventory out, and take some time to check the wiki and kind of see what's ahead. I do run out here to grab or trigger the next part of the quest, however. Um, you just talk to him. Again, you have to run out here to talk to him. That's getting annoying. And just map back to Black Tide.